Welcome back to the 30-day beginner yoga challenge. We're on day 26 today and we're going to focus on dolphin pose. Before we get going, we're just going to find a comfortable seated position, hands in your lap or on your knees. Sit tall, close your eyes. Take 3 big deep breaths. So big inhale and exhale. Just letting it all go on the exhale. And then slowly open your eyes. Come onto hands and knees. We're going to begin with our cat-cows. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Inhale into your cow pose. Tilt the tailbone up, bring the chest forwards. Exhale, round your back, find your cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. One more each way. And then we're going to extend the right leg out behind us and the left arm out in front. Inhale, extend. Exhale, back to hands and knees. Switching over, so left leg goes behind, right arm goes in front. Inhale, and then exhale, back down. Do one more each way with the breath. So inhale as you lift, squeeze the core tight. Exhale, back down. Switching over, inhale, lift. Exhale, back down. And then going to lift the right leg, take it back behind. And then take the left arm back behind as well. Bend your right knee. See if maybe you can find your foot. Really roll your left shoulder back and then see if you can lift your right knee up. If you can't find the foot behind you, then just extend the leg and then take this left arm up, thumb pointed down, fingers stretching away from you. So arm and leg both stretching back. Release, extend your left arm out in front. Inhale, exhale, back to hands and knees. Extend your left leg back behind you and then take your right arm back behind. Roll the shoulder back. Maybe you can find your left foot, maybe you can't. So choose the option that you're going to do. Either holding onto the foot, knee lifted, rolling the shoulder back, or everything stretching back behind. You've still got that rolling action in the front of your shoulder. Take your right arm in front, inhale, exhale, back to hands and knees. And then we'll do 3 cat-cows again. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow pose. And then just keep going at your own pace. When you do your next cat, make that the last one, come back to neutral and then into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, slide the shoulder blades down the back. Really focus on your arms, having strong, firm arms. So push down through each one of your fingertips, push down through each of your knuckles, push down through the whole of your palm, through your hand. Squeeze the arms together and then start to extend the legs. Make sure the shoulders are coming down the back and then start to push your chest slightly back towards your thighs. Opening out the front of the chest, start to roll the shoulders back and then come back to neutral and back to hands and knees. We're going to do puppy pose. So it's kind of halfway between a down dog and a child's pose. You're going to keep your hips above your knees, but then slide your hands forwards. I'm going to give myself a little more space on my mat. So you're going to slide your hands forward as if you're in child's pose, but you're not going to sink your hips down to your heels. You're going to keep the hips above the knees. See if maybe you can get your chest to the floor. Forehead might rest. And then your chest is going to melt down towards your mat and hold there. So you should have a curve in your upper back and then shoulders rolling back, chest opening up. Make sure your head is comfortable, make sure your neck is comfortable. If you have a little bit more space and you feel like your chest can go lower, maybe you take your chin to the mat and take the chest a little deeper. Just make sure that doesn't put any strain in your neck. There's no weight coming down through your head or your neck. Come back onto hands and knees, roll yourself up, walk your hands in, and then come down onto your forearms. Forearms parallel with each other. Tuck the toes and lift up into dolphin. So it's like down dog but on your forearms. Walk the toes in a little bit. Take the hips back. Hold there. Push down through your elbows, through your forearms, through your hands. Take some deep breaths. Legs are just like in down dog, so soft bend so the knees don't lock out. Pulling up through the front of the legs. Trying to get your heels towards the floor. And then drop to your knees. Come up onto your hands and come into a plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. We're going to do our Sphinx pose. So we've got our forehead on the mat. Line up the fingertips with the top of the head, feet hips distance apart. Elbows tucking close. Inhale, lift your head and chest up. Keep the elbows down, walk the elbows in so they come under the shoulders. And then hold there, roll the shoulders back. Lift up through the crown of your head. Take some deep breaths. So really stretch up out of the shoulders, keep lengthening through your spine. Look directly in front of you so you're not looking down or up, just looking straight ahead. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, roll the shoulders back. And then slowly release. Take your head to the floor, take your arms back behind you, and then we're going to lift up with the arms stretching back. So inhale, lift your head and your chest, roll the shoulders back, reach your fingertips back towards your feet, and hold there. Maybe see if you can interlace your fingers and lift the arms up. Slowly release. Take your hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift up into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Make sure everything's in the right place. Slowly lower down to hands and knees. And then we're going to do a different variation of our dolphin pose. So instead of our forearms parallel, we're going to take elbows under shoulders, interlace the fingers. So you're making an arrow shape with your forearms, hands in the centre pointing up to the short edge of your mat. Tuck the toes, inhale, lift. So pushing down through 3 points, pushing down through your left elbow, your right elbow, and your fists. Walk your feet in a little closer. Soft bend in your knees, hips coming back. So shoulder blades slide down the back, keep the shoulders locked in place, strong arms, push firmly down, and then lift the hips up and back, extending through the spine, stretching at the back of your legs. Walk your feet back, come into your forearm plank, hold there, take a deep breath, and then release. And we'll come into child's pose. So big toes together, knees apart. Sit your hips back to your heels this time, so you're folding over the legs. Extend the arms out in front, release your head. Big breath, everything relaxing. And then roll yourself slowly up, spine roll up. Roll the shoulders back, come into your kneeling position. We're going to do a twist. If kneeling isn't comfortable, you can just sit for this one. So inhale, as you exhale, take your right arm back behind you, twist around to your right. Right shoulder rolling back. And then coming the other way. So inhale to the center, exhale as you twist. Take your gaze behind you. Hand coming across onto the opposite leg. And then back to the centre. And then to finish, we're going to do our dolphin exercise. So you're going to come down, hold on to opposite arms, opposite upper arms, so your elbows are shoulder distance apart. Interlace your fingers, so you're making that pointed arrow shape. Tuck the toes, come into your dolphin. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to shift your weight forwards so your chin starts to come towards your thumbs, and hold there. Inhale, push your hips up and back. Exhale, weight coming forwards. And then inhale, lift. Lots of control. Squeeze the core. Maybe experiment with your feet in different positions. Maybe you want them to come further back so you're more in a straight line. As you come down, maybe you want them a little closer. So you have your hips a little higher. Just test out a few different ways to do it. Just make sure your hips don't dip down. You keep that strong core. You keep your hips in line with your shoulders. They never go below the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then come back to your dolphin pose. Hold. Take a deep breath. Release your knees down. And then roll yourself up so you're kneeling. So release the hands. Roll up. Roll the shoulders back. Kneel yourself up tall, hips tucked under. Shoulders relaxed, lift up through your head. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Come into your modified camel position. Exhale, take your hands down. Inhale, stretch your right arm up into the air. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Taking it to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Extend your right leg out to the side. We're going to do our gate pose. So toes pointing out to the right. Inhale, left arm stretching up into the air. Exhale, slide your right hand down towards the foot. Inhale, back up, switch the legs over. Rest your left hand on your extended leg. Inhale, reach your right arm up into the air. Exhale, sliding down, folding over. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. Kneel yourself down or sit yourself down. You're going to take the arms behind and hold onto opposite elbows. So coming into this position. Shoulders rolling back. Take a few deep breaths. And then fold over. So if you're kneeling, try to keep your hips to your heels. And just fold over. If you're cross-legged, then again just fold over the legs. Lift yourself back up. And then we're going to try reverse prayer. So this is our prayer hands at the centre of the chest. We're going to try to do these behind the back. So I'll turn around so you can see me from behind. You're going to take your fingertips to touch a little bit away from the base of your spine, so you've got a bit of a gap here. Roll the shoulders back. Make yourself a little gap between your hands and your body so you have space. And then start to rotate your fingers in towards your back. And then maybe you stop here. Maybe you can go all the way around. And then if you can go all the way around, maybe you can take your hands a little higher, roll the shoulders back. If that's really comfortable and you feel like you can go further, just keep wiggling the hands up. Just see if you can come into this position. But wherever you are is fine, don't force it. So we're going towards this position, but this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Wherever you are, just hold there. Take some deep breaths. Maybe close the eyes over. Take the elbows slightly back. Shoulders dropping down. And then slowly release your hands. Come into your seated position if you aren't there already. Circle your wrists around a few times each way. Roll your shoulders forwards and back. And then we'll do a few stretches. So we're going to take the arms, cross them over and spin them in towards one another. Interlace your fingers, round your back and do a big stretch across your shoulder blades. And then slowly release. Take your arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind your back, roll the shoulders, push your hands down towards the floor, lift your chest slightly, maybe lift the chin and hold there. And then release the hands. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale to your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Tomorrow we're going to follow on this theme of shoulder and upper body strength, and we're going to do a few more exercises around dolphin pose. So see you tomorrow. Bye.